Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida, and Daytona International Speedway, the site of tonight's Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Television. The Daytona 150 here for the Truck Series in hot, I'd say sunny Daytona, but we are racing under the lights tonight. A little foggy, but we're expecting that to burn off and to provide some great racing action here on the high banks of Daytona here later tonight. In the booth with me is Tony Solari, and Tony, tonight, again, a super speedway race tonight for these guys here at Daytona. Should be an exciting one, and I'm sure some of these guys are looking at this as an opportunity to grab that first win.
Well, we say that every time we come to one of these plate tracks. It can be anybody's game. These types of tracks always often lead to first-time winners, and sometimes some big wrecks and shaken up by the field. And there's usually a good two-lane strategy and pit stops. And I don't know. I like the plate track. Some guys think they're a little nerve-wracking, but they're a lot of fun. So, it could be anybody's night tonight.
Should be a lot of fun. Next week, they had, though, after Daytona, they had the Gateway and Worldwide Technology. That should be a fun one as well. Unfortunately, we won't be there to cover it, but those guys will be in action next Wednesday night. And then Lucas Oil Raceway, one of my favorite tracks, man. That always puts on a good show. Looking forward to that. A little short track, Kentucky Speedway, Watkins Glen, Richmond, and the Milwaukee Mile to finish off the season here for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series, the 2025 B season. Speaking of the B season, let's look at the points here. Brendan Pohl comes in with a pretty commanding lead over his teammate James Morris. Pohl's had an outstanding B season, very consistent B season over James Morris. Robert Maliki in there in third, Wyatt Hunley, and Jonathan Atkins rounding out the top five.
Yeah, Brandon's been doing a great job. Brendan, I should say, and yeah, he's got kind of a decent lead, almost like our Cup Series guy, Jamie Knopf. But yeah, him and his team, James Morris. So right now they got the whole front two spots locked up. Although there is a decent amount of gap to be had from top six going on. So I mean, a couple of good nights, and tonight might be one of those nights where Brandon might get a little slip up, and looks like we got a pretty good field as well. So 33 cars I'm seeing right, or no, 34 I'm seeing. So anything can happen tonight for some of these guys, and a good win by one of these guys definitely help them out in points. We still got a lot of racing to go too, so I mean, there's that schedule you were mentioning earlier. There's quite a bit of short tracks and the Watkins Glen wild card. I mean, there's a lot coming up.
Looking at our playoff points as well, you got 10 winners so far tonight. In the win column for the playoffs, that leaves you 6 other drivers who have an opportunity to get in either by win or by points. And any of these guys could lock up a win. We talk about that every week, but you look at William Lark. Tony, you're on that list, usually in the race car, but tonight in the booth. You got Robert Maliki and Lewis Meglin, who's had an outstanding season. Well, A season, B season hasn't quite went the way he wanted, but he's still in the hunt there. J.P. Burns, Blackner, and even some guys that could surprise you at any given time. Even Jeff Chandler back there in 20th. A lot of these guys looking for a opportunity to get that win and notch their place in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not going to make any headlines tonight, with the exception of being in the broadcast booth.
You might up here.
Maybe up here, right. Jeff Chandler, though, yeah, I mean, we talk about him even in Cup Series. I mean, he's a guy that can win just about every week, and he just needs to find that luck. And, I know there's a couple guys. Alan Duranko's been pretty strong as of late. I'm looking at the top 20, but I don't know. I know Michael Blackner as well. He's just knocking on that door of that win column. So there's just a lot of guys, right? And, being Daytona, sorry, it could be anybody's night tonight. So we'll see what happens with these guys.
Absolutely. And we just finished up qualifying, so we're going to kick it off here. It's going to be 60 laps, racing to lap 15 for the stage, and a quick sprint to the stage. Looking forward to that as well. We're going to kick it off, though, to our starting lineup for tonight's Daytona 150. On pole tonight for Daytona is the 24. That guy looking for his first win, the 24 Chevrolet of William Lark, will take the pole. To the outside, the 13. That's the 13 Chevrolet of Brian Messer, who will start on the front row. The 88 of James Morris, he will come home or start in P3 and start the line of Toyotas beside the 9 of Marshall Johnson, also in a Toyota P4. Starting fifth is going to be the 42. That is Kyle Milliken. To his outside teammate at Elevated Esports, the 36, Dave Nestor. The 76 of Cameron Albertson will start in 7th spot, with the 66 of Shag Curran beside him, P8. 9th is going to be the points leader, the 71, James Brendan Polt. And of the outside is going to be the 10th position. That's the 18 of Barry Kramer. Starting 11th, that is the 99 JP Burns. To his outside is the 7 Chevrolet of Wayne Grassi. Starting 13th is going to be the 16 of Robert Malikian. Beside him, the 43 Chevrolet, that is Lewis Meglin. Starting P15, the 89 Chris Gore. Beside him is going to be the 51, that is Nim Silva in 16th. 17th is going to be the 3, that's Chad Lang. Starting 18th is the 70 of Joshua O'Connor. 19th will be the 34 of Chris Beck, and the 22 of Michael Blackner will start in 20th. Rounding out the field there, you have Noah Nicholson in 21st, 22nd Hayden James, 23rd Joseph Burgess, 24th is Jeff Chandler, 25th is going to be Ryan Chapman with Jonathan Atkins, 26th, 27th is Caden Perkins, new guy to the league. Wyatt Huntley will start 28th. 29th is going to be Alan Duranco, 30th, Richard Myers. Then you have Aaron Satcher, Brandon Elder, Markyle Henderson, and Brad Fulham, rounding out your 34-car field.
Man, big field tonight. Big field, a lot of guys, and again, it could be anybody tonight. I'm looking to see. I'm hoping some green flags, maybe some green flag stops, maybe some of that good. What do we call it? Chess, not checker strategy. Maybe some guys are playing checkers. One of those deals.
Yeah, and I mentioned it too. It's a short sprint to the stage, 15 laps. 15 laps to get it done. So if you're starting at the front, you kind of have an advantage. And if you're at the back, you might kind of panic a little bit here because you want to be in that top 10 and grab some points for the stage.
Yeah, it's definitely a quick, easy run. I'm assuming they're only getting maybe, I don't know, 25, 30 laps on a fuel run. So we're definitely going to see a caution, or at least a gas run towards the end of that. And man, I hope it stays green. We've gone green with a lot of these back in the day, and I don't know. I think they become kind of fun when you see some of this good strategy pull out.
Yeah, it's
but I'm looking to see. Yeah, I don't know. High lane, low lane. We're going to see what's going to work tonight.
Well, you got a pick for tonight?
Ooh, let's see. Who do I want to pick? I mean, every time I pick somebody, they end up wrecking. So let me pick somebody that I don't want to wreck. But I don't know. There's so many good guys out there. I'm going to just go with Robert Malikian, just because I think he's due.
I'm going with a guy that's good on these super speedways, the 42 Kyle Milliken. That's my pick tonight. As they come to the restart zone, get ready for the green flag. Green flag is out, and we are underway here. The Daytona 150 is green.
Yeah, I was thinking about Kyle there too, because that elevated team, and that's kind of why I picked Robert. They always bring pretty good rocket ships to these, and they have a lot of guys to work together as a team.
We'll see what happens as they head into turn 1. The 24 gets a good push from the 88 of James Morris on the inside. The outside, Brian Messer trying to get hooked up with Marshall Johnson on the outside as they head down the back.
Man, especially with the 15-lap run to the stage, I mean, you kind of want to lay back a little bit, but you kind of want to go too. And some of these guys are going to have to find a fine line right now. And I don't know. For me, it's that last lap that I'm looking at, and just go with the flow. Have a nice Sunday drive here on a Wednesday. That's kind of the way I would play it.
Truck's finally up to speed as they exit turn 4. Looking good under the lights. A little sparkle in everybody's eyes. They head to the start-finish line to complete lap 1, and it's going to go to the outside and Brian Messer.
Yeah, the outside lanes are looking really good. I mean, I know we had a little bit of issues, especially at Atlanta with the inside-outside line. But these trucks are way more balanced, and I think we're going to definitely see a lot of that two-lane action that we're normally used to.
You saw some 3-lane action as the 43 looked inside of another truck there, and looks like they bailed out of that finally. So it's going to move Lewis Maglin up. The truck got really high there. I'm trying to see who that is going backwards.
And that was the 18 of Barry Kramer. Yeah, he's kind of falling back, and I don't know if that's just kind of a self-imposed, I just want to kind of get back to the field, which is probably not a bad option.
It could be at that point. You definitely don't want to put yourself in a bad situation early on as they get 2x2 once again. Still 2x2 up front. And it looks like a high-speed pace lap here, Tony.
Yeah, Yeah, they're all trying to kind of stay uniform and just kind of stay with each other right now. And obviously, we don't want to see the push getting pushed. So, but I don't think you see a lot of that right now. I mean, everybody's not really on anybody's bumper. A little bit of action on James Morris, though, right now.
I think it's 18 on the apron there going backwards. It is Kramer going to the very back of that first pack. You already see some separation back there with some of the other guys. There's a pack back there behind this main pack forming.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. I mean, you don't want to see that. That's the one thing with plate racing. You definitely want to stay with the main draft as much as possible. And yeah, some of those guys in that back, and I know there looked to be like a bit of a checkup up front on the restart. So maybe some of these guys, maybe they did it purposely though too, to kind of avoid maybe a potential early on wreck. But they got a good group of 6 cars right now. They're kind of running nose to tail. So. They're just kind of quietly hanging out back there. They probably ain't going to go lap down, though, so they're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, leading that backpack looks like it's the 4 of Jonathan Atkins. A couple teammates back there, Wyatt Huntley, Brandon Elder. Those guys just hanging around in the back, maybe on purpose.
Yeah, well, I'm almost wondering, too, because the 18 is part of that group, and he kind of fell away kind of at the tail end of the main pack right now, and I don't know if he's looking to go all the way back with his teammates or he's just kind of chilling out in the back here. Interesting strategy, but again, with a 15 lap, if you're not that interested in the stage points, it's definitely the best option right now.
Yeah, we're already
getting that caution soon.
Already on lap 5, so only 10 laps to the stage, so it's going to happen quickly here for these guys. Fast and furious action here at Daytona. 60 laps is a short race too, and that in itself is going to put some urgency in these guys as well, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, and hopefully everybody will stay calm and keep it together, especially with the little run. You got to be there at the end though to finish this, so you don't want to use up all your stuff for the stage points.
To finish first, you must first finish.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny how we say that, and some people still seem like they have struggle understanding.
Listen, I can tell you though. By example, you strap that helmet on, and sometimes things kind of go by the wayside. You kind of get tunnel vision, and you're just focused on like, I got to pass this guy, And the next thing you know, you're pushing too hard. I know how it is, for sure. It's hard to kind of manage those patience sometimes when you're behind the wheel.
And it's true, yeah. You do kind of get into that groove. I don't know. For me though, I always have that different mindset when I'm at a plate track, and I just you're out there cruising until it's time to not cruise. And it's, again, for me too, being in the booth, I'm missing stage points, I'm missing major points, so it's like I'm not really. Me personally, I wouldn't be pushing it better.
Let's checking this group back here. They have lost touch completely with this group in front of them, but they are running in line back here. I got to think that maybe they started so far back that they just like they're going to stay out of trouble back here.
Yeah, they're about a second and a half off the main pack right now, so they're almost in that draft territory. They just got about another half a second to kind of catch up in that area. But yeah, again, they might not want to be up there. They might be just fine hanging out where they're at. I mean, you can see Brandon Elder as well. He's part of the GHR group. He's kind of hanging a little bit off the third place guy in that group as well. So yeah, I kind of feel like this is a early strategy just to kind of chill out. We might even see them maybe come early, maybe do the undercut before the stage, get tires.
I'd be surprised, but I'm not going to count it out. it could happen. Still looking up front. Up front here, it's still William Lark leading, Brian Messer on the outside, William Lark on the inside, William getting help from the 88 James Morris, whereas Messer's getting that push from Marshall Johnson on the outside, still 2x2, still side by side, and those guys just pacing themselves, knowing that lap 15 is the money lap, and I'm sure some of those guys push. It looks like the 88 and the 9 both kind of know that. They're kind of laying off the back bumper when they can, save that engine temp for when they need it on that last lap.
Yeah, they're definitely being a real ginger with each other, and it's kind of showing too, because no line is really actually making a break for it. So they're staying very equal and competitive right now. And it's just wonder how many guys behind them. I'm looking at Kyle Milliken or even Dave Nestor or some of these other guys, Brandon Polt back there. waiting for their opportunity, maybe get a break. Maybe they might try to dive into a line just to kind of change it up a little bit.
They are doing a good job of giving each other plenty of space early on right here for sure. I even see Cal Milliken kind of laying off the 88 a little bit, and just giving a little bit of space in case something happens. And ooh, you see the 42 maybe a little loose on in entry of 3 there.
Yeah.
And that's something too. I've seen some of the guys in practice. Oh, and we see him move to the top. Is that Cameron Albertson moving to the top lane?
There you go. And that's what I was kind of waiting for. I'm waiting to see one of these guys maybe try to shake it up a little bit here. Not the car I called, but yeah, definitely in that group that I was talking about. So let's see. It just right now too, and I think kind of Kyle. I always say like the third car really controls a lot of this line because it really depends on how much the third car is on the bumper or acting. And there's a little bit of checkup back there with the 66 getting in the wall. Loose Megalin kind of goes around him there.
Almost 3 wide. They get back to 2 wide there
Yeah.
with Malikian, the 7 of Gracias right there, Nim Silva.
But I'm kind of watching the 76 right now, and I'm just, he's got to stay on Marshall's bumper. I mean, he's got to be careful not to really push Marshall. But again, if you can stay there, you might be able to help that outside line and gain a little traction there, a little bit more than what Kyle's kind of laying off.
Yeah, you want to help the guy, but you got to also understand what the guy's doing.
Well, it's helping the guy, but it's also helping the lane too. When you're that close, and you might have.
Oh, here goes the 43, 3 wide. On the inside of is that Brendan? Well, Brendan Poult's on the inside. Is that Dave Nestor on the outside? The 34.
Yeah.
Because the 43 goes in the middle there, and he's still in the middle.
Yeah, Dave does not want to let this up. This could be a little bit of dangerous going on there, and I'm curious to know why the 43. I got to look back a little bit, see what happened. Why did he just had to go?
He's still in the middle. He's actually making some time through the. Oh, there goes the big wreck. There it is, and the caution is out. Wow. You had to know that wasn't going to last long, and sure enough, there's your wreck.
Yeah, that.
A lot of cars involved. Jeff Chandler, Dave Nestor, Brendan Poult.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I can't even count them all.
That's one of those aggressive moves. Didn't necessarily need to happen.
Yeah, it's a little early on for that.
So let's go back and look at our Best One Tire Auto Care instant replay. And that's going to end the stage as well, I believe. There's the big wreck going into the trouble. A lot of drivers are going to be unhappy about that one.
Yeah, stage lap for sure. So yeah, these guys are going to have to decide what they're doing. I guess if your strategy was to stay in the back and stay out of the wreck, you guys did well.
Did they have it in front of them? This is like a truck was sideways before. Oh no, I think I know what happened. Looking for the 43. All right, let's see if we can find more than 43 here. Coming through the middle. It gets tight. 88 gets turned around. 42 involved. 9 involved. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of guys. The only guys that I think really didn't get caught up in that were those guys that kind of laid back.
Well, again, this will be our stage break.
Yeah, I'm going through just kind of. I went back to go check, make sure. Yeah, that backpack. They were able to stay out of it. They looked to be clean, so that was a good move on their part. But yeah, just a lot of carnage right now, early on too, and I'm looking to see how many guys are still in pit lane right now, just kind of getting their stuff fixed, and who's still in, who's still out. I'm looking at least 8 cars right now still on pit road.
Yeah, the 24 William Larks continue to lead, and Wayne Grassi second, J.P. Burns third, Nim Silva up to fourth, Cameron Albertson fifth. You got Shag Curran, Duranco, Messer, Satcher, and Markyle Henderson, your top 10. Markyle up 24 spots. Aaron Satcher up 23 spots. Same with Alan Duranco.
Yeah, well, those guys, they were on that backpack, so they're probably able to get through it. A lot of guys disconnecting too, so it looks like yeah, there's a lot of guys right now probably not having the night they wanted. Brandon Polt looks like he's out as well, so we were talking about him, our points leader. Looks like he's still in the pits. I don't know how much he's got repaired, but he's definitely a lap down already.
All right, we are 2x2 going back green flag racing here shortly. Again, the stage break coming a little early. That's going to stretch this second stage out a little bit. We're going to get the green with on lap 15. So 45 laps. And yeah, I think they're 30 to 32 laps on fuel, so or 30 to 35, somewhere in there. So this should be a simple one-stopper either way.
Yeah, and just if they can stay green, I guess they're going to have to figure out when they want to go. Let's see, what do we got? Doing the math here, they've got about 45 laps to go. So 22 and a half laps, 23 laps, somewhere around there. So yeah, maybe about 30, late 30s to early 40s, we should start seeing pit stops if they stay green.
Turns 3 and 4. The fog has dissipated. The lights are fully on at this point now. And this is that Saturday night racing under the lights that you love to see. Not a short track by any means, but some short track, some racing action on the high banks of Daytona here. As the pace car is going to pull off, we're going to get ready for a restart here. With 45 laps to go here at Daytona, they come to the restart zone. 24 leading. Lark takes off, green flag is out, and we're racing again.
Man, William got a great jump, though, too. Went right to the outside line, just kind of out there.
A lot of trucks jumping to that bottom lane.
Oh. Yeah.
Waiting too late. Here comes the 99. J.P. Burns to the inside.
Yeah, the top lane is not existent at this point right now. Guys up there, and they're very, very spread out. Shaq Curran good as far as keeping guys clean.
Shaq Curran coming to give the 7 a little bit of an assistance down the back stretch.
Looks like we are starting to get a little bit of an outside line. Robert Maliki and Bill out on the outside. Can't see who's with him, but that was the 89 Chris Gore and the 71 70. Sorry. Or is that the 78? I don't even know. Yeah, the 78. Caden Perkins. I say it looks like a new truck. And it is. Yeah, everybody they had kind of a rough go there.
They kind of spread out. A lot more so than we had the first time. It looks like everybody's just now getting up to speed. Probably have some trucks maybe with a little bit of damage. Also kind of slowing things down just a little bit here.
Well, a lot of these trucks too are in the back of the field now. Now they're in front of the field, so maybe they're contemplating their decision. Do I really want to keep in the front of the field? Or maybe they don't want to go right now.
Well, I can tell you the mentality too. Things kind of get squirrely and get screwy, I guess, a little bit here. Sometimes when you have a big wreck like that happens up front, it takes out a lot of contenders. Some of these guys kind of move up the running order. And now they're thinking, oh, not only is this a good chance for me to have a good night, is this the chance for me to win? And so you might start seeing things get a little bit scruffy towards the end with some of these guys that are looking for that opportunity to get that win, notch that big win here tonight.
Well, being the middle part of the race, stage is done now. You got to basically just kind of chill. Talk to whoever you have left for teammates, if you got guys that you can work with, and try to make your bed, figure out when you're going to be pitting. Just stay clean, really. Put yourself in that position to be there for the end.
Jim Silva dipping out of line, going to the high side. Looks like he's just getting out of line here.
Yeah, and some of that too. I mean, the way the inside line is so strong right now, we don't really have much of an outside line. Some of these guys that go outside, it's either they want to try and make that outside work, or they are trying to get to the back, and you really don't know. And it's, if you're up in like the top 5 right now, I know you're not thinking, hey, let me try and make this outside line work, unless you do see that outside line coming. And unfortunately, that outside line is not coming at all right now.
You see the 99 just ducking high a little bit through 3 and 4, comes back to the bumper of the 24. At 76 again, Cameron Albertson right on the back bumper of that second truck. Can get that truck a little bit out of shape. Can start getting a little squirrely as you see some guys jump to the apron here back here with the checkup. But if that third truck's on the back bumper of the second truck, sometimes that second truck gets a little squirrely, and it's hard to push like that too. So it can actually hurt the speed of the line.
Well, not only that though, too. If there's a checkup between the first 2 cars, generally the second car is going to be pushing the first car. So it's one of those where if you get a little bit of that push too much, and it starts checking up the field, that third car can really change.
Also, if you're the second car trying to manage a temperature too, and you keep getting pushed to the back bumper, it's really hard to manage your temps. Being that's the case too. So the third truck has to kind of keep that in mind as well. That there's a little bit of a game to keep the temps cool as well.
Yeah, we've noticed too over the last year or so, the trucks do overheat a little bit quicker. I know the Cup cars are having the overheat issue, so yes, definitely you got to. I mean, we saw a couple Cup cars blow up, so they got to manage them temperatures for sure. It's always tough to do being the second car. That's why I usually don't like pushing too much unless it's really time to push. And right now, I mean, JP's doing a great job pushing William, but it's not necessarily needed. That outside line is not really going.
Yeah, there's nothing there. They're just managing. Now, they are starting to catch some lap cars here. We'll see how this works out when they catch them.
I mean, the only thing I can think of, JP wants maybe the 24 to burn out of gas sooner.
Yeah, you would really want these lap cars to go to the high side. That's really that potentially could cause an accident here.
Yeah, because they're going to eventually be in a 3-wide situation. We do have side-by-side cars behind them. So
the 24 is loose.
Yeah, this is where that third car really cannot be too tight on that second car, because this is where things could go bad. Marshall Johnson gets out of the race lane. Fortunately, I'm looking at 2. We got 5 guys right now that are laps down or more. Marshall being the last guy, 1 lap down. So 3 guys are already out. Joseph Burgess, Chad Lang, and Brendan Polk. Fortunately, Brendan doesn't look like he's coming back tonight. So he is, he's got a good point spread, but tonight's definitely going to hurt him. JP just keeps pushing away. That outside line, though, starting to make, I mean, they're starting to get a little bit of a crowd up there, but they don't necessarily have the speed at this moment.
Yeah, that 77 lap car, Noah Nicholson's kind of falling in line with these leaders.
Looks like Wayne got number 7 got a pretty bad push there and forced him down there to the line. He was not very happy about that. Nowhere to really go right now, so yeah. You definitely don't want to be pushing the pusher.
We see another checkup going into the corner there a little bit. Everybody had to kind of get off of each other there too, so just a lot of pent-up aggression, it looks like right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys, they might have a little bit of damage too, and they're trying to figure this out. But I'm looking at that outside line now. We got Alan Duranto and then the 68 Aaron Satcher right now. Kind of leading that outside line with Robert Malikian and then the 51 of Nim Silva. And then you got Michael Blackman at the end of that line. So they got a 5-car outside line going, and they're trying to make a little bit of moves. And we've seen this in the Cup Series as well. Ooh, Aaron Satcher gets out of that groove. Yeah, he bailed.
Bailed on the top line there. It's going to line the teammates up there, the 2 of Duranco and the 67, the 16 of Robert Maliki in there.
Yeah, I mean, usually, though, for that outside line to work, you just need a good checkup from that inside line. We've seen that in the Cup Series a lot. That one little checkup. 66 goes high. I don't know if he had the speed, though, and Allen is definitely putting him in the sucker hole right there. Not a great move.
Those are teammates, though, the 66 and the 2. I'm surprised that they didn't kind of make that work out.
Well, I almost wonder if it was a fail, but, we've done that ourselves where not great communication. It looks like Aaron, though, wants the 66 back in line to kind of alleviate that. That was a good move, though. But, yeah, the 66 was probably trying to get up high, and Allen's like, man, I had too much of a run. Sorry. You can already hear him talking on. But that outside line, man, they're moving right now. Malikian is definitely pushing Duranco pretty good now, and they're starting to work through the field.
Up 2 spots now. They're beside the 66 of Fulham? The 06 of Chad Fulham.
The 06, yeah. 71, 78. Caden Perkins kind of jumps on that outside line. Just now the pusher. Let's see if the 78's got a little thing. Ooh, Allen kind of gets out of that lane there.
Yeah, he says no thanks.
It's kind of one of the things too, when you're starting to move up through the field, and you get some guy that kind of comes up there and so he's like, hey, I want to jump in the party too, and it's like, man,
that can be annoying. You start making up position because of how well you're working with the guy behind you, and then all of a sudden somebody jumps up in front and messes your mojo up there on the high side. Right. It can be frustrating.
Well, especially too when you got the line moving and you're already starting to have a little bit of success there. We got a couple. We got the teammates over there. 76, 77 both come up.
76 in the lap car, the 77 of Noah Nicholson still hanging out up there. Now they're all going to check up coming out of 4, though, because they're trying to get lined up. A little bit of a difference in speed.
Yeah, looks like they're getting ready to catch a little bit of lap traffic now, too, as well. Burgess and James Morris.
Keep in mind, there's still a pit stop to be had by these guys as well. We're on lap 27 here, working lap 27 of 60s. The 2 lap cars are going to go to the apron. Very, very courteous move there to let these lead guys by.
Yeah, and hopefully they can pick up the draft speed of the cars where they could at least maybe stop the hemorrhaging. Just go the 1 lap down. I mean, Joseph is already 5 laps down, but James will be currently the first car lap down if we do get a caution. But I'm assuming we're getting ready. We're about another 10 laps or so. We might start to see some guys take a head down pit road for their final stop. But man, I'm watching that outside line right now, and even the lap down car, Noah Nicholson, he's giving that 76 a decent push. That outside line is starting to make some moves.
Yeah, I tell you, as a lap car, at least for me, you don't usually want to be influencing the race. If you're, as you see right there, you definitely don't want to be the one to cause an accident being a lap down, because you will be in the same category as the 43 right there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and we know too. I mean, sometimes we've seen lap cars, work with their teammates to try to help them out in instances like this. But still, you got to play your part and make sure you're not affecting the race too much. Especially, you do not want to be causing a caution. You want to be seen, not heard, kind of one of those things, I think.
Well, I tell you that SLA is still hanging tough. You got 24 Lark. You got J.P. Burns, the 99, the 13, and Messer all clear right now. And you got Everson and Duranco side by side for 4th as they head down the backstretch one more time.
Well, JP's still been pushing Williams. He's getting advantages and kind of keep that lane moving. And, we had said too that it was probably not a great idea to start pushing him too much early on, but he's definitely doing it now, and this is the time where you want to keep that lane out in front.
All right, now the two of Duranko's clear. He was leading an outside lane at one time. Is he going to jump up in front of this lane again when they get a run? Let's see what happens here.
He looked like he wanted to.
Could be the move. And we see some guys back in the back bailing on that outside lane too. So
we got another lap car. They're all coming around right now. Dave Nestor, and he's staying high.
It's a tough part coming off the corner there, but everybody does a good job just holding what they've got to get by. This track is a good bit more narrow than Talladega. We talked about how similar to Talladega and Daytona are. This track is much more narrow, and so when you're catching live traffic and stuff, it's about a lane more narrow, and it sometimes can be a little hair-raising.
I mean, and we ran 3 wide here many times, and it can be done. It just, it's way tighter than Talladega ever is, and it's always a risk, that 3 wide stuff. I'm not always the person to go 3 wide unless it's time to go 3 wide. You got to manage these races, and it's really a lot of patience. And, it's hard to do because it's so easy to pass cars here. And you know, as a driver, that's what you want to do. You want to pass people, and this track promotes that passing. But you got to kind of put that in the back of your mind. Get that big picture. Put yourself in that spot.
This topside just isn't able really to get a decent run at this time. They just kind of stuck right there beside about 5th spot.
They had some, they're showing little signs of brilliance here and there. But yeah, it looks like the 77 now is getting out of line.
3 wide.
Caden Perkins now with the second car. Let's see if he's got anything to push that 78, 76.
What if the 77's got damage? And that maybe that was slowing down the line up top. It's quite possible. I mean, he was a lap down, so he ended up a lap down, but he is a lap down.
I'll tell you, the 78 gave him gave the 76 a really good shot there now, and they're starting to move that line.
It's 3 nose to tail on the top, really, right now.
They're closer than they've been in a while, so yeah, they're moving along. 78's definitely giving us a pretty good push there, so hitting them in the right spot. He just needs Malikian to kind of get up a little bit closer. Well, I can see maybe Alan Duranko maybe making that move to get back on the outside.
Well, let's see down the backstretch if he chooses to make it here, because they're going to have a little bit of a momentum. Maybe not.
I don't know what happened there. I mean, he had such a great push, but they couldn't get organized through the corners. And they're starting to have outside lines definitely losing quite a bit now.
But again, it's not critical to get to the front right now. We still have a pit stop to go, and even on the outside, see some of the guys in the back peeling off. It's Michael Blackner actually peeling off. We still have a pit stop to go, and those guys on the outside are going to have to get to the bottom if they're going to pit with the guys on the bottom, or they're going to have to go another lap.
Yeah, again, imagine maybe another 5 laps. We might see some guys head for the pit. But yeah, this is definitely, you're right. I mean, it's time to get down on the inside, figure out when you're going to pit, and keep yourself in position. Hopefully you got guys to go with.
They're definitely dropping now, and I don't know if that's planned or if they just lost momentum, but
yeah, I had to go back too. I want to see William Lark out.
Oh! That was close, and it's still close as the 76 is trying to gather it up. He got a bump from, I believe, the 78 there, and it got him all kind of out of shape.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, that's what the inside line, or they were hoping that it was going to happen with the inside line, but that usually helps that outside line when the inside line is a checkup like that.
And who's that on the outside of the 7? Is that Markel Henderson, the 62?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in a newer paint job this week. So.
Yeah. Now they're 3 wide back here. We saw last time they went 3 wide how this worked out. The 16 up high. Now they're 3 wide with the 62 on the middle. And Fulham on the inside. Oh, here comes the pit stops. The 24 ducks down to pit road.
wondering. Again, I had to go back and go see if William Mark actually pitted or not.
This was actually a pretty good move, because if this 3 wide causes a wreck, he's going to be able to come around while everybody else pits.
Yeah, he actually did not pit.
Yeah, 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, he did not pit at that stage, so that's why he's in early. Especially too, leading all those laps.
All right, now they're back to 2 wide. Now looking 3 wide again. Now back to 2 wide. Yeah, we're 2 wide now. And look at the 62. He's going to take the lead here. Come to the line. He's going to lead here at Daytona.
Man, nice move for Mark Kyle. Yeah, getting some points led here. Trying to see who else was on the apron there.
Somebody else went down when he went down. I don't think he went to the pits, but he went down on the apron.
Yeah, it was Michael Black. Who else was with him?
Still racing up front. The 62 of Mark Henderson lead that inside lane. Malikian now clear on the outside. Jumps to the inside. Is going to take the lead. The 16 to the front.
Yeah, kind of broke up though that Ryan Chapman 16. They were able to kind of get that lane moving on. Now 10's getting a good push from the 78 or 76. Mark Giles just got to kind of keep it straight. Maybe give Robert a bump here and there. But again, pit stops are coming. I can't imagine these guys. They might be able to go another 5 laps.
Here comes a push from the 62 onto the 16 coming out of the corner. They're going to lock bumpers here as they go down the backstretch. On the outside, the 10 of Chapman getting help from the 76 of Albertson. Ooh, a little bit of a breakup there.
Yeah, the 62's just got to be careful when he pushes. And obviously, he's not going to be pushing now, so. Looks like William Mark, unfortunately, is going to be going a lap down.
Yeah, that's the only thing, though. He pitted by himself, so now he's going to be caught by this group. See, where does he go on the track? Goes up the track. That's good. I think that's how they were instructed in the pre-race meeting.
Yeah. And he was actually being told over the radio to stay high. All right, 16's giving the 10 a nice push now, too. So we got teammates out front right now.
Yep. The 10 of Chapman leads, the 16 of Malikian, Mark Al Henderson third, the 99 of J.P. Burns fourth, and Brian Messer currently running fifth.
I'm just happy my pick is still in it. He's still rolling right now, running second, pushing his teammate. He's kind of in the catbird seat right now if it stays like that.
He's still in it, but he was also in that first drag, so we'll see. We'll see if he shows back up here at the end.
Just the big question is, when are people coming in, and who's waiting on who? Usually if you don't have friends, you got to pick the guys you want to go in with, and you're just going to you're going to hope they're going to call out their pit stops, but sometimes they don't. And I'm always never a fan of calling them out, but it is good etiquette to call them out.
Well, if you're packed up on top of each other, you definitely probably want to say something.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you guys got people all over you. And you know what? We haven't even looked at the chat today, so I got Big CC out there, B-Man, B, and then Brandon Poltz out there, and unfortunately Brandon got knocked out early. Who else is in here? Diane Chapman's out there, and Lawrence Puglies, I think that's how you say your name, maybe? Rooting on the 66.
I know Big CC, that's Chris Curiel. He'll be in action tomorrow night in ARCA. So
okay.
Hope he's enjoying the race.
Diane's got to be pretty happy, or
yep.
Her son Ryan out front right now.
He needs to do. See how these pit stops shake out. He'll be coming up here shortly. 20 laps to go here at Daytona.
Well, with William making it to lap 35 being out in the lead, I am assuming that they could probably get through at least 40. Maybe high 30s, maybe even up to the 40 mark as far as gas goes. So these guys probably, I can't imagine they're going to be able to make it to 60. but when do you go? And I would almost say it'd probably be better to go with another 5 to 10 laps.
Look at this line of cars in front of these guys. I think these are the guys that have already pitted right in front of them. A couple of teammates, Barry Kramer, Wyatt Huntley, Jonathan Atkins. Oh, we got a checkup. We got a car to... Oh, and there's the big wreck. Caution is out. Is that Cameron Albertson? It is Cameron Albertson. Through the grass. Jeff Chandler involved. Lewis Meglin, Richard Myers. Big crash in turn 3. Caution is out. And unfortunately, that is going to doom William Lark, because William will be trapped a lap down. I mean, these guys should be pitting. He should get his wave around, but unfortunately, he'll be at the back of the pack. Let's go back and see what brought out caution number 2 here tonight. See Cameron Albertson sideways down the backstretch. We'll start to see how he got to that point, and then the big wreck into turn 1.
He got that. It looked like he had that phantom glitch that we've seen once or twice.
Oh, you're right. It shot him backwards into the field. Wayne Grossi goes through the infield, and he ends up at the top and then gets plowed by the 30. I believe it's the 30 of...
Wow. A little bit of carnage back there. Yeah, that definitely was that phantom glitch, and it's happened to me once myself.
Crazy.
Hopefully you can get a good screenshot, show some of the guys out there what we're talking about, because that is just, it's so odd. And again, I know it's happened to me once or twice, especially these
riding on board right here, the 76. Watch it. Just shoots him backwards. And I'm sure he's got damage at that point, and unfortunately slides to a stop here up front. Some of these guys unable to miss him in turn 3.
Yeah, sometimes those, I mean, yeah, and you could just get damage right off the glitch itself too, and there's really no contact. You can see his hood deform as he gets shot back.
Who's the green car over here? That's what I want to ride on board with.
Kyle's got I didn't see it 100%.
Yeah, it was. Let's ride on board with Kyle Milliken as I go into turn 3. Something happens up here, and I'm sure people are screaming. You see a truck in the infield trying to go up behind and miss it. Oh, and he just gasses it up right into him. Oh, and they're still wrecking. Jeff Chandler. Well, let's see what Jeff Chandler saw.
There's so many cars in front of the two of them right there, too. I wonder how much they actually saw. Going back through the field too, showing Robert Malikian is in first place right now.
Seeing Jonathan Atkins as the leader right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, obviously my scoring booth is not completely updated yet, but yeah, you might be right there.
And those are the guys that were about to get lapped that came to the pits early. And with that caution, they stayed out while everybody else pitted, and they'll take over the lead. That team of Atkins, Hunley, Kramer, and Brandon Elder would be in that too, but I think he was involved in an accident. So Atkins, Hunley, and Barry Kramer, 1, 2, 3, and then Ryan Chapman back there behind him in 4th after a pit stop.
Brandon looked like he had connection issues, and I don't know if he's still in the server, but he had been sent to the pit due to connection issues. He is showing actually he's not not shown on track at all, and his quality is very bad. So yeah, he might not be actually in there. Oh no, his truck is in the pits, bouncing in and out though.
All right, so head down the backstretch 2x2. Get ready for a restart here. It's going to be 15 laps to go, and we saw them before trying to make 15 to the stage, and it didn't happen. So
yeah,
what's the odds here that we make it to the end?
I'm going to go 50-50. I think we still got some pretty good clean heads up there, but yeah, we'll see what happens with some of these guys. They just got to make it for those 15 laps. Try to make good, smart moves.
Again, your leader, Jonathan Atkins, on the inside, or the outside, actually taking the outside lane, is your leader. The Ford truck on the inside, the 21 Wyatt Hundley. Barry Kramer in third in that black and yellow, number 18. Fourth place is going to be Ryan Chapman in the 10 on the outside of row 2.
I still don't think this is going to work out too bad for the elevated team right now, so you got to stay clean here.
Oh, green flag is out, and we are racing. The Ford gets a great jump, and is going to pull down the inside of his teammates. Little team orders there on the restart, and they are lined up 1, 2, 3 on the inside. Now Ryan Chapman's going to try to capitalize on that outside line.
Well, he's got Durango behind him, so yeah, they got to get a good push going. And if they can get it, and I can see if they get clear of the 16, 16 is going to jump up and give them guys a hand.
Here they come with that push down the backstretch. We'll see if he can pull to the middle. Here comes the 16. Malikian, another teammate, jumps to the outside. So you got 3 elevated guys on the outside. You got 3 of the Grayson Hume racing on the inside.
That outside line is all starting to kind of line up and catch up with each other right now. So it's going to be a battle of the teams, really. Hopefully, I mean, it's going to be a mixed bag of finish right now, but hopefully it's not a wet paper bag. That's all I can say. This, I think, is where we're going to start seeing some good pushing going on.
Like I said, that's three teammates on the outside, 3 teammates on the inside. It's an interesting situation. And if you're in those teams, it's a good situation.
Well, it just depends on how well the teams work together. Right now, Durango's giving Ryan a really good push right now. Malikian's kind of just staying at a nice equal distance, but the inside racing teams right now, they're not really staying much in line. I mean, granted, they're still out in front and they're keeping that low line moving, but the elevated side looks a little bit more organized right now.
Oh, and there goes one of the 3 teammates.
Yeah,
shoots to the inside. It's the 18, Barry Kramer.
Yeah, Barry was looking a little rough behind the 2 of them, and obviously could not stay with them. This is an opportunity now for Elevated to kind of give that push. I mean, and 2, if you're in that outside lane, and if you can keep the momentum up, you're better off not staying, next to next with that inside, or side by side with that inside line until the end of the last couple of laps so you can make the move. You prevent a lot of guys, maybe even prevent a third lane from starting, or even prevent that 3-car team to get mixed up a little bit. So I don't know, if you're on the outside line, you just kind of want to maintain and kind of play defense a little bit. You make your move with 2 to go.
Caden Perkins is the driver that's moved up to the 3rd spot on the inside now with those 2 GHR guys. And now you see the 24 William Lark making it 3 wide back there.
Yeah, he led most of the laps today, and unfortunately had to go in for gas, and he was able to get the lucky dog, and he's right back up in the mix.
Now the 43 is 3 wide in turn 3 and 4. The 24 is going to go with him, trying to make that 3rd lane happen.
Before. Yeah, I've seen this happen before.
Yeah,
and,
we've seen this movie.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this time it works out. But yeah, the Elevated though, they're definitely trying to hold that middle to outside lane down.
Yeah, so they've kind of closed that off to the 43 there, I believe. They kind of saw it coming.
Right. And again, that's the best thing that outside lane can do. Now they're getting a pretty good run right now. I don't know if the inside lane checked up a little bit, but Durango gave. I mean, they are nose to nose right now, going for the lead. Just got to manage those pushes and manage your heat in that engine.
Now, I'm watching this as kind of a fan too, to kind of see who prevails, inside or outside. It looks like the outside lane's had a tough time getting a run and making that move on the outside tonight for whatever reason. But they're hanging tough out there right now.
Well, they show signs of brilliance every now and again, and it's just one of those things where you got to wonder the car heat and the truck heat at least pushing, and you got to manage your pushes. And Wyatt right now is doing a great job of making sure he's on the bumper of Jonathan, giving him a little bit of push, holding him out in front. And, he doesn't look like he's getting out of shape or even, dipping out a little bit to even get some air into that motor.
Well,
So he's got to push it down.
They got a good run down the backstretch that outside lane did. Ryan Chapman leading that outside lane. Good pushes from Durango and Robert Maliki in there on the outside. They pull back even with him.
Well, Allen's got to manage his pushes like Wyatt's doing right now, and just try to keep Ryan in front of him. Because it did. It looked like Allen maybe got a little overheated there for a second. He had to step out or even kind of lay off of him.
9 laps to go here at Daytona. Still a long way to go here.
Yeah, a lot can happen still, and it just we're going to see some guys maybe get a little bit of impatience and maybe start running that third lane again, trying to make that happen.
Now the question is, if Ryan gets clear of that inside lane, do you pull down? Do you leave your teammates and pull down, try to control that inside lane, or do you try to stay the leader of the outside lane?
It really depends on how much you like your teammates, I guess. I mean, if you're that commanding, where you can maybe even you can bring one or two of your teammates with you, I would say do it. But if not, you might need that teammate, or although Allen right now again he kind of keeps overheating. The other thing too is if he pulls down in front of the 4 and the 21, if he gets there again, because unfortunately he has lost that outside lane. But if he gets up there, I mean, what does he think? Does he think the 4 and the 21 are going to work with him?
Well, I don't think you expect them to work with you, but you would hope that you could kind of control that bottom and keep them behind you at that point. But that's going to be a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, you can get sold out pretty quickly though as well. So it's a tough call. But to me, I like to stay with my teammates if I can. Especially if I know the teammates, doing a good job pushing me and has been out there. If you're helping me for the win, I'm going to stick with you for the win.
Got a couple of back markers coming into pit road. I think just to.
Yeah, fortunately, we only have 19 cars on the lead lap right now. Mark Kyle Henderson, 19th, last guy on the lead lap. He's in the lucky dog position right now. If the caution shall come out, but we only got about 6-7 laps to go.
It's going to be 6 to go at the line, and now that 4 car is kind of got a lead here. Is that third car looking to jump to the outside? That third car, Caden Perkins, doesn't have any alliances here at this point. Here comes the 24 to the outside. Oh, the 43 and 24 make contact through 1 and 2 there.
Yeah, 24 got a little bit of bump on 43 for sure there. 24 gets back in line, but yeah, I don't see that. You're right. The 78 definitely does not have any alliances, so I don't see him playing nice with anybody. If he gets clear, I think he's going to take it.
Well, I think if he does clear the top, he'll probably jump to the top, I would say, and try to lead that and take command of one of these lanes at least. As we come to 5 laps to go, they come around the lap truck of Marshall Johnson there.
Well, the 78 had pretty good speed pushing, so does he got enough speed, though, to maybe keep that line or maybe even move that line up faster? That would be the real question, and then, obviously you need the help from Ryan. If he goes up that way.
Yet to clear. I've seen elevated leave those guys out to dry too. So you'll probably, if the 78, here's my prediction. The 78, if he gets clear, will jump up there, but the 10 and those elevated guys will go around him either on the high side or in the middle, and either it'll be a wreck or they'll retain the lead of the outside lane.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
But right now they're actually looking to maybe gain some momentum here and fight for the lead here as they start to inch back closer to the lead. 3 laps to go, or 4 laps to go.
Yeah, Alan. I mean, he hasn't really been able to stay with Ryan very well, and again, I don't know if it's because maybe the truck is overheating or just can't kind of hang with him, or maybe he's a loose truck, or God only knows what. But
ooh, a lot of lap traffic.
Stay there.
A lot of lap traffic coming up in front of these guys here. Hopefully everybody being instructed to stay high and out of the way of this lead battle. Now the 4 and the 21 go to the high side.
Wow. That was a move I wasn't anticipating.
That's because the 18 stayed low. This is all mixed up now because the 18 played blocker there.
Yeah. You can't have guys go high and then other guys go low.
Oh, and there's the wreck. The 43 of Lewis Meglin around. Big wreck. 24 William Lark involved. Big wreck behind these guys. Caution's out. That involved the 78 of Caden Perkins as well, and that all stemmed from that one lap car causing chaos, as they called him.
Yeah, that was, lap cars really need to make sure they go where they need to be.
All right, we're going to look at this Best One Tire Auto Care instant replay. See what happened up front here. 24 pulls down. He was not clear of the 78. 78 Rex collects the 24. Several other drivers involved. The 78 rolls down in front of some trucks there too. That's unfortunate. No doubt we'll probably see some penalties for next week.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys out there that should have been doing the right thing.
Hard for me to watch. Unfortunate.
Didn't he claim it? Sorry. Oops, sorry.
Big melee there. Well, looks like a few guys reached their incident limit through that as well. And that's that. So we're going to get a restart. It's going to be a green, white, checkered restart. As the 4 of Jonathan Atkins continues to lead, Ryan Chapman second, Wyatt Huntley, Alan Duranko, Robert Malikian, your top 5. Then you have Messer, Satcher, the 01 of Hayden James, Wayne Grassi, and Shad Curran. 77 no Nicholson getting a lap back.
All right, a lot of things going on. I don't know if Brandon is still in the server, so I'm kind of playing double duty here.
That's all right. Get Jonathan Atkins currently leading. This is going to mix things up too, Tony. They're going to get in different lanes here too, probably. Although, if Jonathan takes the bottom, he'll have Wyatt Huntley behind him. Got to put Ryan Chapman in front of Duranko on the outside. So, and then Malikian will be on the inside though. So
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting too. But leader can choose a different lane if he wants to maybe get behind his teammate or get in front of his teammate rather. So I'd be curious to see what's actually going to kind of play about here. With the force kind of having a connection issue, it looked like he just bounced out as well.
he did.
That's not good. Yeah, we do know about that with draft too. So that's definitely not something you want to have happen. But I believe we are going to be at a green-white checkered, our first attempt of the evening as well. I assume everybody's going to have enough gas, but with the auto fuel, you never really know. So hopefully everybody's pretty good as far as that goes.
All right, we are double file. We're getting ready for restart here. Going to be a green-white checkered finish. You're right. Those guys up front, they pitted a little bit earlier than everybody else, so be interested to see how, if fuel becomes an issue with those guys.
Well, I can tell you right now, they shouldn't have any overheating problems. So, I mean, I'd be push if I was in that second spot right now. Get your teammate out there. We'll see what happens. So 17 cars in the lead lap.
Jonathan Atkins, the pit lap is lap 36. So 46, 56. Should be fine. As long as, I don't know, they may have not taken full fuel either. So I don't know.
The auto fuel has bitten us once or twice. So, I mean, it's not to say that it couldn't bite a couple other guys as well.
And if we have another caution, it becomes even more of a factor.
That's right. Yeah, some of those guys might be a little bit of worrisome. And well, especially too, like the 4. I mean, leading all those laps, including even Ryan Chapman as well. When you're out there in front, you're burning all the gas. We'll see. I usually like to throw 1 or 2 in the tank, but sometimes that escapes your mind. Things get messed up. Man, this is a long pace ride though. Around that, round 3 and 4, they're getting ready to come green.
Yep, pace car lights are off. We're out through 3 and 4. We'll see him pull off here. We'll get a green-white checkered finish. A lot of time to think about this, Tony. That's what you say behind the wheel. There's a lot of time to think about how this is going to go. As the base car pulls off, they come to the restart zone, waiting for the green flag to come out for this green-white checkered finish. To finish the Daytona 150, green flag is out. And the top 2 on the bottom really get a really good jump together.
Man, off to a great start, though. Ford got a nice shot off.
Here goes the 10, looking to the outside. Ryan Chapman with help from the 2 of Alan Duranco. Down the backstretch, still have a little bit of momentum. As here comes the 16 to join the 2 up top. Boy, they've got a lot of momentum here. Can the 10 clear? He was for a minute, but he's going to stay. No, he comes to the bottom. He covers the 4. Down to 3 and 4. That was really close. As they're coming down here, they're going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Daytona.
Man, I can't believe Ryan was able to get he made it tight, though, but he sold out his teammate, but it might be the winning strategy. But here comes Robert now.
Here comes Robert pushing Duranco. Is Duranco going to get clear? No, he's not clear. He has to jump back to the top in front of the 16, coming through 1 and 2. It's all about to push down the backstretch.
Yeah, and I mean, and Robert does not want to stay off of Allen right now, and I'm just kind of surprised the 4 and the 21 are still pushing Ryan out in front.
They would love to push him clear, but there's nowhere for them to go as they lay on the back bumper. The 10, the 2 tight on the 4 on the bottom. 16 pushing the 2 for everything he's got. Here comes the 4 jumping up through 3 and 4. He's going to try to get a run here on the 10. Oh, they make contact. The 4, the 10. Who's going to get it? It's going to be the 2 of Alan Duranco.
Wow, that was crazy. 4 wide at the start.
What a finish. The 2 of Alan Duranco breaks through, gets that win we were talking about, Tony. First win of the season, locks himself into the playoffs, and on the biggest stage here at Daytona.
Man, crazy finish. Great job by a lot of these guys, too.
They were beating and banging door to door coming to the start-finish line. We'll show you that again here in a minute. But, man, what a crazy finish.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for that 4 and the 21 to kind of make a move there, and the 4 obviously did. A little door slamming action though, but man,
He tried to duck out when there really wasn't a lane there, made a lane, and gets the second, but it's not enough as the 2 of Duranco is going to grab that first win here at FTSR. Well, first win this season. He actually has a win on Bristol Dirt, if you remember.
he does. Yeah, why do you always remind me about that? He did a good job, though, tonight. He was able to get out there. He was doing a great job pushing Ryan as well. Probably not the night Ryan was looking for that victory himself, but unfortunately, yeah, he just did not pan out for him. But, hey, his teammate got it, and should be pretty happy about that at least.
A crazy night of racing ends just the way it started. A little bit of chaos, but Alan Duranco takes home the victory. Let's look at our results here for the Daytona 250, the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Alan Duranco taking home the victory tonight in the number 2 Toyota. Jonathan Atkins in the 4, coming home just 1 spot short in second spot. You got Ryan Chapman in 3rd, Wyatt Huntley 4th, Robert Malikian in 5th, and then you have Wayne Grousey finishing 6th. Good rebound for him. Aaron Satcher up in 7th, Brad Fulham in 8th, Brian Messer 9th, and Markel Henderson rounded out your top 10.
Yeah, good night for some of those guys. Running 11th, Nim Silva, Noah Nicholson at 12th. He was a lap down, got his lap back. Shad Kern running 13th, Richard Meyer 14th, Hayden James 15th, Caden Perkins 16th, and then everybody else is lap down or more. J.P. Burns, Michael Blackner 18th, Chris Gore 19th, Barry Kramer 20th, Kyle Milliken 21, James Morris 22, Dave Nesser 23, Marshall Johnson 24, Joshua O'Connor 25th, William Merck 26th, Lewis Meglin 27th, Joseph Burgess 28th, Cameron Elberson 29th, Jeff Chandler 30th, then Chris Beck, Brandon Elder, Chad Long, and Brendan Polt, 34 car field, man. Fun race though tonight. A lot of little mix up, probably a little bit more wrecks than we wanted to see. A couple guys maybe not doing what they needed to have done, but hey, Allen got that win, so he's moving on.
Yeah, it's a crazy win tonight. They knew it was on the line, and some put it on the line. Some of it paid off, some did not. But when we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers and see what they have to say about tonight's crazy action here at Daytona.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Daytona International Speedway, finishing up the Daytona 150 here for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. We're going to kick it over to our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel. Talk to our top 3 finishers. We'll start with our third place, the Ryan Chapman number 10 machine. Ryan, congratulations, man, on that third place finish, but it's what a crazy finish.
That's Daytona, man. It's the best part of Daytona. You can't get nothing better than that. 3-wide finish for the win. I mean, and plus, my teammate Alan got it, so I'm pumped right now. Even though I didn't win, I'm freaking pumped.
Yeah, you guys were doing beating and banging for sure. It was exciting there at the end, man. He eked it out on the outside, got it done. But man, just talk about your night. You let a good bit of laps up there up front, and you were trying to get that outside lane rolling. Was the outside lane, was it tough to get going?
Yeah, I mean, me and Alan were kind of locked up there, and we couldn't generate enough of a run on the outside to really clear John. I mean, I was able to clear him, but I wasn't leaving Alan. But when it came down to like that green-white checkered, I told Alan, like, there's one way one of us wins this. It's either you push me clear, I get down to that bomb, and I try to hold that inside and just try to see if one of us can grab it. And that was the plan. I was like, I'm going down, and I knew he had someone behind him, so I knew it wasn't going to be that big of an issue. And basically when it came down to that last lap, I was just kind of drag and brake, just trying to control that inside lane. Because I knew Jonathan was going to try to pull something at the end, just like the past times when I've won here. Everyone loves to dip out on that last little straightaway. So I was like, maybe if I can just keep him maintained, I'll be able to either win this or Alan will be able to win this. And then once he pulled to the outside, I knew I just had to do everything I could to try to side draft him. And we banged, we beat on each other a little bit, but at the end of the day, that was one hell of a finish. I mean, you cannot get nothing better than that.
Yeah, we're looking at it again as we talk to you. Yeah, for sure, man. It was an exciting finish for sure. Kind of a chaotic start there, though. We had a big wreck early on before the stage. Kind of talk through that and see. I mean, how did you make it through that? Where were you at when that all happened?
I was in the back, buddy. I'm always in the back till the last 10 laps. Well, technically, I had a phone call that I was on during that race. So, like, for the first 30 laps, I was literally on the phone talking to someone. So I was just kind of cruising in the back, just, like, taking my time. And all of a sudden, I saw a big wreck. And I'm like, okay, we need to focus here. So I hung up the phone, and I was like, I need to get up to my teammates. And then I went up to the front. Me and Robert put a little shake and bake action, got to the outside, and then we took it to the lead. And then we kind of hung out there, and we were like, we're going to pit. And then the caution came out, and then it was like, see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And that big wreck after the fact before it goes flipping, but we'll talk to you in a minute. But yeah, man, again, congratulations. Solid finish, solid points finish tonight. And honestly, when you come to a track like this, you just want to leave here with somewhat of a truck intact, and also kind of not feeling so down on yourself, because it's so easy to get caught up in a wreck here tonight, and a lot of upset drivers, but it sounds like you're one of the happier ones. So I guess you did it right.
Oh man, we got 2 cars in the playoffs on wins. I am beyond pumped. I am stoked. I'm happy for Alan. He's been dying to get a win, and he was able to finally get one. So I'm just thrilled for the team overall. Thrilled with all of our group of guys who just worked together and just got it done. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is his first win, if I'm correct, ever in FTSR, besides
Second.
dirt racing.
There
Second.
you go. Yeah.
He won
on
at
Bristol
dirt, but he has never won on an asphalt race. So I am absolutely pumped to see all of his hard work actually paying off. So we're in the playoffs. We got 2 cars in the playoffs now and wins locked in. So now we just got to get, I don't know how many more guys we have. I think 4 or 5. But hopefully those guys can get in on wins, and we can stack the playoff field with elevated esports guys.
Well, that is 11 wins. 11 winners actually this season, so we're running out of spots, so they're gonna have to hurry up. But anyway,
we're working on it, guys. We're working on it. Trust me.
Well, congratulations once again on third. I'm gonna hand you the mic to let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
10-4. I'd like to obviously elevated esports for all they do. My mom and dad for watching, and whoever else is watching. I know some of the branded guys watch the races too, so shout out to them. Just all of our partners, Icon Apparel, Nerditudes, you guys for putting this on, Elevated Outdoors, and everyone else that's just on the car. EPI for who supplies me with my sets. They build amazing sets. That truck was on rails tonight. But yeah, overall, it was just a great night. Proud to be here. Proud to see Alan get his first win on an asphalt track. But yeah, man.
Well, go celebrate with Alan tonight. That's where the party's going to be, so I'm sure you'll be there.
Will. We'll be drinking a lot of beers tonight, boy. Trust me.
All
I
right.
got to work tomorrow.
There's your third place finisher, Ryan Chapman in the 10. Ryan, congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, man.
All right, we're going to throw it over to the second place finisher. Coming up one spot short is the 4 of Jonathan Atkins. Tony, you're standing by with him.
Man, Jonathan, you had a hell of a run tonight. I mean, you led a lot of laps. You had your teammates all around you. You started from kind of the back of the field. Looks like you had that early strategy to kind of stay out of that initial wreck, and it worked. Tell us about your night tonight.
Yeah, I never really tried to stay in the back of these things because normally I end up in a wreck anyway. But all the teammates wanted to, so we just rode around back there and tried to stay far enough where we could stop if they started wrecking, and it worked out because they wrecked and I pretty much had to stop. So.
Well, yeah, well, it definitely worked out for you. And then I know you had Wyatt behind you pretty much for most of the race, just kind of pushing you out in front. You guys were looking really good there till those last couple of laps. I mean, what was your strategy back there?
Well, on the second stage, we had a plan that we were all going to kind of pit early. There was me and Wyatt and Barry and Brandon. The 4 of us were going to pit early and come out and just kind of, we could match the pace of the pack with the 4 of us, and that we'd stay clean, and hopefully we'd inherit the lead when they all pitted. But then the caution came out and it kind of threw that away, but we did inherit the lead under the caution. So Brandon had some internet trouble and he kind of fell out, and I think Barry got moved to the infield one time, and so it just had me and Wyatt, and he stayed glued to my bumper. We almost pulled it off there. They just got a little bit of a run there at the end. So.
Yeah, I mean, the GHR side, they had 3 guys on the inside. Elevated had 3 guys on the outside. It was a pretty good dogfight there for a while, and yeah, that definitely Wyatt was doing his job. I know, yeah, Brandon had some connection issues, and I'm not really sure what happened to Barry either. But yeah, kind of unfortunate. You almost had it all the way, but still, second place is still a great night. Good night for the team. So just thank your sponsors, and who do you want to thank out there?
Yeah, I thank you guys, and for putting this stuff on. We had almost got a big enough run off of 4 the last lap to clear Ryan, and we kind of bumped and banged and crashed across the start finish line. So we'll take second after that. But thank y'all for putting this on, and all my GHR teammates. We had a good strategy there. It almost worked out. Shock Eye Performance, Studio 10 Wraps, Miller Family Trucking, Speed Ranch, and my smoking hot wife.
Well, there's Jonathan Atkins. Yeah, congratulations again on second, and we'll see you guys next week. I think we're hanging out with Brody now with our leader.
Yeah, I made it down here into victory lane with Alan Duranco. Win number 2 of your career, I guess. The first win that's not on dirt, and it locks you into the playoffs. First win this season, man. Congratulations! And in what a how can I say that? In exciting fashion. Let's say that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty surreal. It's awesome when you cross that line and you have to take a little bit of a break and look down, and you're like, oh my God, I did it. I can't believe it.
Did I get it? Did I get it? Yeah. Did I get it? Yes. I know that feeling for sure. Yeah, it's a typical, I guess, super speedway finish, man. You guys were actually 4 wide. I don't know if you knew that. There was a guy on the apron there too. But
oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild coming to the line for sure, and you'll want to go back and look at that for sure. And we will look back again and again at that finish. But man, I'm telling you, it was exciting. But you had your teammates out there, and you guys kind of apparently had a plan there on the restart. The inside lane got that launch. You guys got behind him, drafted up to him, got Ryan clear. He pulled to the bottom, and from that point forward, you guys were trying to control the front of the field and thinking that one of you guys surely can win this race. And then the Ford ducked out off of turn 4 and got a run. Just talk me through, your thought process when all that happens.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That was our plan. We were going to get that run on the outside. Ryan dipped low because I was overheating quite a bit, and then Robert came up from behind, gave me a huge push, and coming out of that corner, the 4 he went up and he just happened to go up right when I had enough of a run and enough space. And I was able to jump up in that third lane. Robert followed and yeah, pushed me to victory. I couldn't have done it without my teammates. Absolutely not. It was a team effort tonight.
I'm not going to toot my own horn a little too much here, but I'm going to tell you on these broadcasts, I don't know how many times I've said if the two could stay clean, if he can stay clean, stay out of trouble, he's got a chance to win a lot of these races. And tonight, man, it just worked out. I don't know if it was clean because at the end there, you guys were
right.
It was close, but man, I've said before, and I'll say it again, that you put yourself in the right spot. You're definitely one of the contenders up there, especially on a track like this where you need help, you need teammates, and you had them. You had the 16 of Malikian, you had the 10 of Ryan, and you guys were lined up. There was at one point there was the three of you guys on the top, and then there was three GHR guys on the bottom. And I'm like, man, this is just a team. This is just a team race at this point.
It was such a fun race. The whole last like 20 laps after that, I think there was a caution that brought out the pit stops. It was just so much fun.
Yeah, you did a great job there. I'm going to toss it to Tony though. Let Tony have a shot here.
Well, yeah, man, congratulations. I mean, that's it's awesome to get that win. And yeah, we were kind of saying on the broadcast, it looked like you were kind of overheating when you were behind Ryan.
Yeah.
But you're kind of in and out of him and trying to get him out there. I know the outside lane was having a little rough go at it, and I know you had Robert behind him as well. So, man, it's always good to be the pusher, helping out your teammate for the win, and then you end up turning out to be the winner yourself. So, I mean, again, congrats, man. That was a good job tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Well, now that you're locked into the playoffs, you don't have to worry about that. Ryan says he's going to try to get the rest of the teammates in there, but you
I'm with them. Yeah, let's do it.
You got to run it out of time, though. You have to hurry up there. But no, you got it. Like I said, on the biggest stage here tonight at Daytona. Again, congratulations. It's good to see somebody like you finally perform to your potential, I guess I should say. I don't know. I just like I said, I've seen it before.
I appreciate that.
So
no, I tell my teammates all the time. I feel like I just got this magnet this year on me.
Yep.
I don't know why, but it's made me a more attentive driver. Let's put it that way.
Well, hey, if you're learning from, obviously you're learning from it. You got it done tonight. So, man, congratulations. I'm gonna let you do your shout outs and sponsor plugs, though. The floor is yours.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the FTSR for putting on this league. It is awesome racing this league and watching the broadcasts. So thank you. It's a really great place to be. Sponsor-wise, I got to thank Premier Racing Setups. They let me race with those guys, believe it or not. And it's a really good time. They have some good setups. Icon Apparel, Elevated Esports, racing with those guys for 3 years now. They're like brothers to me. So huge shout out to all of them. Elevated Outdoors, Victory Fuel, Nerditudes, Gums Auto, and Napa, Branded Country, and 1-800-Floors would be my last sponsor I'd like to thank.
All right. Well, Ryan said there's going to be a big party at your motorhome tonight, so we may drop by and see if you guys are still. If y'all haven't passed out yet, we'll see what's going on. So,
please do. Please do.
Congratulations, enjoy it, and we'll see you next week at Gateway.
Thank you.
That is Tony. If he's not still inebriated by Gateway, we'll see him at Gateway. But we'll see what happens. What a crazy finish to a crazy race tonight. An exciting finish there at the end. We didn't know who was going to come across the line to win, but Alan Duranko gets it done over Jonathan Atkins and Ryan Chapman. Just an exciting finish to cap off this week at Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. And again, he said he's been a little bit more attentive this year. To me, it looked like the second mouse got the cheese tonight. And, he did a great job and put himself there where you have to be. And, the chips fell where they or the cards fell where they were. And, he came out the victor. And, his first paved win here at FTSR. So, you know what we always say about these new winners like this, once you get that confidence, and then we might be seeing them in victory lane once or twice more before this is all done.
Could be.
That's all I'm saying.
Is he a championship contender? Could be. When we get to the
Possibly,
playoffs,
yeah.
we'll see what happens. So another playoff guy enters the fray. Now we have 11 winners in the 16 driver playoffs. That should be a lot of fun, and we still got some races to go. Next race for the Truck Series will be at Gateway in 1 week. Unfortunately, we won't be covering that here on Full Throttle Television, but we'll be back in 2 weeks to cover those guys at Lucas Oil, so I'm looking forward to that. But Gateway should be a lot of fun. You'll be out there on track with them once again, and we look forward to the great race there too. And again, the Cup guys are in action on Monday. You'll be there as well with Sonoma, so looking forward to that as well. But like I said, we got a week off. Unfortunately, you guys will have to wait a week for us, but we will be back in 2 weeks, starting with actually the Cup race at, where were they at after Sonoma?
I couldn't tell you right now, to be honest.
Yeah. So we'll be back in 2 weeks with the Cup Series. So looking forward to it. But
We'll be somewhere.
That's going to do it for us here at Daytona, though. An exciting race with an exciting finish. Alan Duranko brings home the trophy at the end of the night. So that'll do us for Full Throttle Television. For Tony Solari, my name is Brady Hanna. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it like we did. And we'll see you in 2 weeks here on Full Throttle Television.